Hello students, today will we discuss about critical appreciation of the diamond necklace। आज हम डायमंड नेकलेस का क्रिटिकल एप्रिसिएशन लिखेंगे जो कि गाइड द मोपोसेंट ने लिखी है। ओके, गाइड द मोपोसेंट्स शॉर्ट स्टोरी द डायमंड नेकलेस। Weaves a tale about Madame Methilde and Loisel, who dreams of the things of life and is not content with her secure middle-class lifestyle. The price she pays for a single evening of elegance turns into years of drudgery and despair. This is a story that has stood the test of time and is as relevant today as when Maupassant wrote in the late 19th century. The moral lesson to be learned from the necklace is that a person will pay dearly for coveting false values, and a person's preoccupation with appearances and materialism is fruitless and vain. द डायमंड नेकलेस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पॉपुलर शॉर्ट स्टोरीज। ये क्या है, मॉडर्न टाइम की एक बहुत ही शॉर्ट स्टोरी है। ओके, इट एक्सपोजेस द फोली ऑफ अ यंग गर्ल who aspires for things and comforts much beyond her reach. This craze finally ruins her life, though this also is her own mistake. Mrs. Loisel loses the necklace which she considered to be real while it is a cheap artificial jewelry. Mrs. Loisel जो होती हैं वो एक आर्टिफिशियल जो है उनको बहुत ज़्यादा शौक़ होता है ज्वेलरी पहनने का, लेकिन वो जहाँ कहीं जाती हैं तो क्या होता है कि वो एक डायमंड का नेकलेस खो देती हैं और उसकी कीमत चुकाते चुकाते वो ओल्ड एज हो जाती है। इस टाइप से सिर्फ एक मिस्टेक की वजह से। द स्टोरी इज फुल ऑफ पैथेटिक टच एंड इंस्पायर्स इन अस अ फीलिंग ऑफ लिविंग विद मीन्स। The plot is very smooth and ending is very touching, creating pity and sympathy for the crazed Mrs. Loisel. She was one of those pretty and charming girls who is if one error destiny are born into family of clerk. वो क्लर्क की फैमिली में जो है बॉर्न होता है उनका। शी हैड नो डाउरी, नो एक्सपेक्टेशंस, मीन्स ऑफ बीइंग नोन, अंडरस्टूड, लव्ड, वेडेड बाय एनी रिच ऑफ मैन, एंड शी लेट हर शेल्फ बी मैरिड टू अ माइनर क्लर्क। उनकी मैरिज भी एक माइनर क्लर्क की तरह माइनर क्लर्क से होती है। ओके, शी ड्रेस्ड प्लेनली, उसके कपड़े बहुत ज़्यादा प्लेन होते हैं। सिंस ही कुड नॉट ड्रेस वेल, but she was unhappy as a woman who has really fallen from the proper stations. For women have neither caste nor race. Their beauty, grace and charm act instead of women birth, natural finesse, instinct for what's elegant, suppleness of wit, their soul, hierarchy and make from women of the pupil the equals of greatest of great ladies. She suffered endlessly, feeling herself born for all the delicacies and the luxuries of life. She suffered on account of the poverty of her dwelling, the wretched look of the walls from the cheers, from the ugliness the curtains. All those things of which another woman of her caste would never even have been conscious tortured her and made her angry. The sigh of the little Breton servant who did her humble housework aroused in despairing regrets the distracted dreams. She thought of the silence chambers hung with oriental fabrics, lighted by a tall bronze and with two great footmen in knee breeches who dodged in the wig, made drowsy by the heavy warmth of the stove. She dreamed of the saloons fitted up with old silk, of the delicate furniture carrying priceless curiosities, and of the coquettish perfumed boundaries made for talks at o'clock with intimate friends, with men famous and sought after, who know all women envy and desire. When she sat down to dine before the round table, covered with a cloth 3 days old, opposite her husband, he uncovered the soup, declared with an enchanted air, the good old stew. I don't know anything better than that. She thought of dainty dinners, of gleaming silverware tapestry which peopled the walls with ancient personages and with strange birds in the midst of a fairy forest, and she dreamed of a delicious dishes served on the bounteous plates, and of the whispered gallantries to which you listen with a sphinx-like smile while eating the pink flesh of a trout or the wing of a fowl. She had no fine dresses, no jewels, nothing, and she loved nothing else. She felt that she was made for that. She would so have liked to please, to be imbibed, to be charming and sought after. She had a rich friend, a former schoolmate at the convent, whom she did not like to go and see any more, because she suffered so much when she came home. She wept whole days. One evening her husband returned home with a conqueror's air, holding large envelopes in his hand. There, said he, is something for you. She tore the papers sharply and drew out a printed card on which were these words: The Minister of Public Instruction and George asked the honor of Mr. Loisel's company at the Palace of the Ministry and Monday evening, January 18th. Instead of being overjoyed as her husband hoped, she threw the invitation on the table with disdain, murmuring, What do you expect me to do with that? Why, my dear, I thought you would be glad. You'll never go out, and this is a fine opportunity. I had tremendous difficulties in getting it. Everyone wants to go. They are greatly sought after, and they are not giving many to clerks. The whole official world will be there. She looked at him with an irritated eye and said impatiently, And what do you expect me to put on my wig? He had no thought of that. Why, he stammered, The dress you wear to the theatre, it looks very well to me. He stopped, stupefied, seeing that his wife was weeping to great tears, ran slowly from the concern of the eyes toward the corner of her mouth. What is the matter? He stirred. What is the matter? What? By a violent effort she had conquered her grief, and she replied in a calm voice as the wiped her wet cheeks. Nothing, only I have noticed, and therefore I cannot go to this ball. Give your card to some college whose wife is better equipped than I. He was in despair. He resumed, come, let us see. Madeline, how much would it cost? A suitable dress which you could use on other occasions, something very simple. The Diamond Necklace is one of the most popular short stories of the modern period. It exposes the folly of a young girl who aspires for things and comforts much beyond her reach. This courage finally ruins her life, though this also is her own mistake. Mrs. Loisel lost the necklace, which she considered to be real while it is a cheap artificial jewelry. The story is full of pathetic touches and inspires in us a feeling of living within means. The plot is very smooth and the ending is very touching, creating pity and sympathy for the crazy Mrs. Loisel.